Hey guys, thank you for joining me for this video today. My name is Leanne and we're gonna do our regular Monday garden tour. Today's Sunday. It's actually Sunday evening around like 7:30 and I am going to show you guys my garden before I run out of light. Right now we're in the backyard garden and lots of stuff to show ya. We had a birthday in the garden yesterday. Hold on. Oh, there we go. We're gonna start from the far corner and work our way around. If you guys have been keeping up at all with my, if you've been keeping up at all with my channel, you'll notice something different here, or lack of something here. There used to be 2 broccoli plants and 2 Brussels sprout plants, but they started getting attacked by worms, and it's already starting to get near 90s. 80s, it was like the 70s this week actually, but the forecast says it's supposed to be getting up into the 90s next week, so I figured they probably are gonna get, they're as big as they're gonna get. So I pulled them up, fed them to the chickens. My experiment was if they would grow, I wanted to see if they would grow to maturity before it got too hot, and they did not. So I'm gonna try again in the fall. Anyways, over here we have the raspberry bushes. I just noticed it looks like something's eating these leaves. I'll have to spray BT. And I don't know what's causing that to look rusty, but I don't like it. But over here, we got some really nice looking berries swelling up. Hopefully I'll be able to grab those when they're ready before the birds get them. Also back here, I gotta take the mower back here and clear this out, and then I'm gonna move my tarps and lay it out over here for weed suppression. Let it kill the weeds for a couple of weeks before I plant pumpkin seeds back there. Look at that. There's like monster vines down here in the south, and I'm not a fan. Moving on to the right. Okay, first of all, that little Paris Island romaine is still holding on. This is the volunteer tomato. It is just about caught up with the rest of them. And these are some Martino's Roma, and I am just about sure that is what these are, because as you can see, the buds, they're elongated, and you can, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, that's how they were on my Romas last year, and the buds for the slicers were more like spherical. So I just recently mulched these. Because I was noticing the dirt was splashing back on them, and I don't want that to cause any issues. I need to remember to put my oils on before I come out here in the evening. It is just about that golden hour. Look at that. Pretty sunset. My tying up of my tomatoes is still holding up. Well, hello, Teddy. Good boy. So this is the tarp that I'm gonna move back there. These ones are the celebrities. Let me see. You know, maybe they're not. Maybe I was wrong. Ah! Hello! We'll be able to tell pretty soon if these are slicers or Romas. Just to wait for the tomatoes to get a little bit bigger, but that's the first baby tomato of my 2021 garden. Let's see if there's any on this one. There's a huge ant. Gosh dang it, it's not even like an actual hill for me to like take a scoop. And that's a spot for another one of my tomatoes. The tomatoes that I got from my friend, they are just about hardened off. I'm gonna give them another day or two, and then I wanna plant them before the end of the week. Oh, you guys, these are so pretty. I need to give it the next Florida weave. Okay, this is an Abe Lincoln. This one I think looks the best out of all of them. It's not the tallest. All right, these are Sun Sugars. So I've got the 1 Abe Lincoln, and then I think 4 Sun Sugars. It's interesting. The leaves are curling in like that. I don't know. Not all of them are. Like the Abe Lincoln's not really, and then the ones over there aren't. So I wonder if these plants are suffering a little bit. I just watered them today. They weren't watered very much. These are Barry's Crazy Cherry. And then over here we have some, what is that called again? Amish paste. 4 Amish paste. And then the rest down the line are mortgage lifters. We got some sunflowers in the middle. I sowed some extra sunflower seeds, but they wouldn't have come up yet anyway. Okay, and we've got some beans. I planted some extra Kentucky pole beans in between here, and I'm just gonna string a couple more lines of this for them to crawl up. And then I started the second step to the Florida weave. Or not the Florida weave, the second step to the Three Sisters garden. So these are all Kentucky blue pole beans that are coming up around here. And then Cinderella pumpkin, and this one is a Cherokee tan pumpkin from Haas Tools. There should be another Cherokee tan pumpkin coming up. Oh, here it is. Right here. And then I believe this is a zinnia. These are my sweet corn from Haas Tools. Interesting that like they're growing taller over here. And it's probably theory, sun comes up over there, hits them first. Maybe that's why they're taller. I don't know. And then we've got more peas, or green beans, sorry. Green beans coming up. These are the birthday that I was talking about. See? Happy birthday! I am getting eaten up by mosquitoes. Oh, so uncomfortable. On this side, in between the beans, I planted patty pan squash, and so far, they have not come up yet. But won't be long. If the pumpkins already came up, they should be coming up soon too. And some of the onions look okay. I really don't know what to go off of, but like, I feel like they should be bigger by now. They've been in here for so long, like since the garlic was in. All right, moving along. Sunflowers. These are the tallest of the sunflowers. Looks like we got a bud starting in there. And then I'm not sure if that is anything. And there should be a zucchini coming up. Ooh. This, I think, is a zinnia or a cosmos or something like that. There should be a zucchini coming in right there. All right, guys. These have changed quite a bit. We have a dark opal basil, and then another one right there. Nasturtium, another baby nasturtium, marigolds, Malabar spinach, marigolds, and then 1 and 2 more dark opal basils in this one. And then the rest of the space is going to be filled in with my peppers. Over here, not so much going on. We've got another dark opal basil. A melon, and a marigold. And there should be another basil in there somewhere. I don't see it. Somewhere. They blend in. And look at this. This bed had the garlic in it. So, the conclusion to the if you can grow your own garlic from the Walmart garlic in the produce section, the answer is yes, you can. The one downside is you won't know exactly the variety. This is a soft neck garlic, which means I can braid it. super easy. Really nice. So that's the last of it. I harvested like at least twice that already. I'll show you at the end of this video it hanging up around my kitchen sink. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. These are supposed to be the Chinese red noodle beans. Is this a watering issue? I don't know. It looks like these leaves here are gonna be okay. Maybe it was a watering issue. I think I left the water on just this bed for too long. Okay, hopefully it'll resolve itself. I don't know. It would suck because I used all the seeds up. I should have thought about it. I should have counted it out, but I soaked them all instead of just soaking a few. So the ones that I didn't plant, I just threw away. These are my loofah plants. Not sure why that one looks that way, but I don't like it. I was thinking of using up this space here and over here for like maybe an extra squash or actually some collards. I have a friend that gave me like super old collard seeds. I have in the freezer. I want to try. Maybe I'll put them there. Here's some more sunflowers. Again, I'm not sure if that's something to save. It kind of looks like some sort of flowering thing. Maybe these are the zinnias. I got the box of zinnia seeds from the dollar store. Weed. I didn't get it all. And I think that's what that is. I need to look up what zinnias look like when they're little. This is a zucchini. There should be zucchinis in each one of these half circle beds. But so far, only that one and that one has sprouted. Okay, so right here, I pulled up one of my potato plants to just kind of see what it looked like. I was just curious. So I did, and I noticed that this spot started. I don't know if that's an indicator that they're almost ready, because I know you're supposed to wait for the plants to die before you harvest. So maybe that's just telling me that. If not, if anybody knows if that's a disease and like I shouldn't eat those potatoes, let me know. I have not eaten the potatoes yet, but I got like 3 or 4 potatoes. They weren't very big at all, but it was really fun to dig them up. And over here, oh look, it's happening to the peas too. Dang it, I wonder what's doing that. Guys, let me know, what is this? Is this like a rust virus? How do I fix it? Ah, mosquito bites, look at that. Look at that. Ah. Oh, bueno. Okay, so it's happening to the ones in here, but it doesn't seem to be happening so badly over here. It is a little bit. So, it can't be the dirt. I mean, maybe, because I did put the same, like, I hilled it up with the same dirt in these 2 beds, because that's what you're supposed to do with potatoes. So, like, this top layer of dirt is the same, but the rest is totally different, because I filled these up at different times with different things. Like, they have, like, similar layers, like the wood at the bottom and then finer soil on the top. But I don't think it would be the dirt to cause that. Beans are starting to try to crawl up. That's a good sign. Okay, let's check out what this tomato is doing over here. This is another volunteer tomato. Oh, spider web. No, no, that was a big one too. Oh, you gotta go. Won't focus on her, but she's right there. No. I'll walk around. You can have it for the evening. Okay. Potatoes. Red Norland potatoes. I'll make a video when I harvest those all. All right, we got my second to last kohlrabi. 1, 2, 3 cabbages, and then a New York de Toscana cabbage. I have sown flowers in here and cucumber seeds. 1 cucumber has sprouted right there. And then I pulled the one out that was right here and re-sowed because it was kind of stringy and I didn't think it would do that great. So over here is where I planted some zinnia seeds. I'm pretty sure that's what those are. That's a calendula that is not doing well at all. This very spot in the garden gets the least amount of sun because of these trees. So pretty. Anyway, between these trees and everything, like it still gets like full sun in the summertime because the sun's so intense, but that calendula has not been doing well. Nothing on that end of the bed has done well. So far, like it looks like from this cabbage and over, everything's doing fine. This kohlrabi is starting to swell, so that's good news. Gotta share the sunlight. And these are some carrots. You see, these are the darker carrots that I'm growing, so it's not ready to harvest. I don't know if they'll get much bigger than that since they're in a pot. They're not very big yet. I pulled a couple out just to see, and they're super stubby. So I think like carrots in a pot don't do that great, I don't think. Okay. Any of my onion growers out there? What is that? Tell me what that is. These are wild onions that I grew, that I pulled up from the yard and I planted in here. Let's dig in here a little, see if maybe, is it bulbing up? Indeed not. These are radishes. Again, I've said this before, but I'm only growing the radishes in here because they're supposed to help keep cucumber beetles away. So I've got 1, 2, 3 cucumbers in here. There should be another one popping up over there somewhere, but if it doesn't pop up in like a week or so, I'll re-sow another one over there. And they're gonna grow up this trellis for me, hopefully. Oh, look at that. I haven't thinned these out yet. These are more zinnias. All right, let's see. Let's leave that guy. Give those to the chickens. I've been harvesting off of these quite a bit, as you can see. Been starting to get worms eating my kale. I actually don't see them on there right now. There he is. Let's pull this guy off here. There we go. Chicken food. Is there another one? I don't think I'm gonna be enjoying these very much longer. DE does not help with worms. DE is for hard-bodied insects. Oh, Teddy. Good thing is, though, the worms don't seem to be bugging the lettuce. Oh, it's going to flower. I'm gonna have to harvest these soon. So, greens will get bitter after they flower. So, just pulling that off so that it doesn't open before I remember to harvest the leaves off of this. Let's hunt for more worms. Any more? Okay. Asters are still pulling through over here. I just wanna pop the flowers off of this one really quick before we're going. These are more cucumbers. Kind of yellow. I don't like that. And this kale never really got big enough for anything. Okay, one of the biggest mistakes that I made when I started my brassicas was I put them in the same tray as the hot season crops, my peppers in particular. And the peppers were not ready to go out. I actually started the peppers way too soon. But I could have moved that tray of brassicas outside way sooner if it had them in for the peppers. And I could have, oh, actually, I should have actually put another grow light bar on the shelf that had the brassicas growing on it because they got really leggy, kind of like microgreens. And I think that's why a lot of them did not do well, because the 3 red romaines and the Paris Island romaines and all the cabbages and kohlrabis that I grew were started inside and I didn't give them the best start that I could. But now I know, don't start the cold season crops and hot season crops in the same tray. Learn from my mistakes. Over here are some strawberries. I got these from a lady off of Facebook Marketplace. She gave me a handful of plants for free, and they're starting to really thrive. I haven't harvested too many, but the ones that I have eaten have been really tasty. I kind of used Ben as a guinea pig to try the first one for me. It was kind of sour, so I learned from that to let them get a little bit darker red before I harvest them. So if you're wondering, I would not harvest the strawberry yet. It is not ready. Okay. This is my sad blueberry bush, guys. I think that tells me that it's not gonna come back. I don't know what to do. Except hope. Maybe it'll come back from the stump, we'll see. I have one more exciting thing to show you out in this garden. And then we'll move around to the other gardens in the house. So, I did so much work to clear the grass out in that area, and it is already a monstrosity. We haven't built those beds yet, but we will hopefully before the end of June, I would think. We'll see. I could probably build them myself, actually. This is the exciting thing I wanted to show you. Okay. Bonus pumpkin patch. Now, I have no idea what type of pumpkin this is. I'm pretty sure it is from seeds out of a pumpkin that one of my neighbors gave me. Sam, if you're watching this, I think it's that pumpkin you gave me last year to feed my chickens. They didn't eat it. They left it, and all the seeds fell out of it and gave me like 1, 2, 3, 4 bonus pumpkin plants. Oh, there's another one in there. You can't really see that well. 5, 6. That was the first one that I noticed. So I put mulch around it and the cardboard around it so that Ben would see it when he mowed and wouldn't mow over them. And look at here. I just noticed this. We have our first bud on the asters. Super exciting. Neighbor's corn is taller than mine. That's okay. Not jealous or anything. Good night, garden. Guys, I think I'm gonna ditch the cardboard too, because if I hate looking at it, and I don't think I'm gonna find a load of mulch big enough to cover everything. If anybody knows anyone in Eastern North Carolina, let me know if they need to get rid of mulch, because good night, garden. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, chickens. Also coming soon, video on chickens. I got a better waterer and feeder, or a second feeder and a better waterer that we need to install somehow. Got a trampoline. It's pretty fun. Okay, before I run out of light, let's get these back here. I've got a sad story to tell you, that my cilantro has already gone to seed because of my dogs have been peeing on it. So I'm hoping at least to get some coriander seeds off of it. Let's see. It's gonna flower soon. So we actually haven't used hardly any of this cilantro in cooking because the dogs have just been peeing on it. And the dill isn't even there anymore because they peed on it and literally stomped it down to the ground. I think maybe it was too smelly and they just wanted to mark it all the time. Like literally like come to this very spot just to pee. So pretty sad. I should probably water this bed. This bed's not connected to the irrigation, so it doesn't get watered as much. But over here, this is marjoram. Oh, if you ever smell that Old Spice Dude's deodorant, it kind of smells like that. It's pretty amazing. Oh my gosh. Also, it kind of smells like that Comet cleaner. You know what I'm talking about? Like that powdery Comet bleach cleaner. That's what it smells like. Oh my gosh. It's kind of cool though. It's really pretty. There's another one right there. Got some sage. I love sage. Sage smells like sausage. That's oregano. Let me give you a closer look. I really like how low it grows to the ground. It's so pretty. And then over here, that's a zinnia. Planted zucchini right in the middle just to see. I've got a bunch of places that I have zucchini just because last year I got hardly any. Oh, look at that. We do have some dill surviving in the garden, hiding in the cilantro. It got really big. I'm hoping that one gets big too. I need to put a fence around this little ring here. Okay. So, if you guys ever need something to help snap you back into a good mood, get a trampoline. Edna will do it for you. Okay. Here, we have a working air conditioning unit. Carrots. Supposed to be zucchini. Second time planting the zucchini seed in here. It still hasn't come up. We'll see. And then dark opal basil. Parsley. Parsley. More basil in the orange pot. Parsley. Sad kale. This is some more sage. This is rosemary. First, let's look for worms. I don't see any. I'm just gonna pull that up tomorrow and give it to the chickens. I'm done. Done fighting the worms.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh.
Kisses.
Kisses. Mwah. Good night, baby. Mommy. Did you get a bath?
Yes, I get bath.
You got your dinosaur and alligator PJs on. Awesome. Oh. Hey, getting too rough, dudes. These are orange carrot varieties, so. Can you kind of see it? Right there. Here, let's see if we can see it better over here. Here. Sort of orange. Such pretty tops, but they're not very big carrots. Alfred, carrots take forever. Anybody else that has a lab, they drink too much. Hey, get out of there! Come on! Just complaining about you. You're the worst. Go pee somewhere else. You have this whole beautiful green lush yard full of weeds to pee on. Ugh. My yard is always a mess. So sorry, not sorry. Here's the peas. One measly radish holding on. I don't know why I left it in there. They're not doing well. I've had some issues with aphids on the peas. I also had issues with aphids last year. But the peas were grown like, sorry, turn slowly. Oh my gosh, that's taking forever. The peas were grown over there, right in front of the greenhouse last year. The greenhouse wasn't there. Look at just how many buds are on these pea plants. They're like beautiful orchids. So I've got, I forget what the varieties are called, but I know that I have one variety here and the M.I. Gardner variety over here. And I've noticed that the M.I. Gardner ones, when they get bigger, they're not as tough and chewy as these ones are when they swell up. So I've been harvesting these when they're still pretty thin before the peas fully swell. It's like a snap pea. And these ones have been letting me take a little bit longer, but I want to show you. Look at that. I think one seed got mixed up in this packet because I only have one plant that's putting out purple blossoms. That's the funniest thing, and they're so pretty. Maybe that just happens randomly with some of them. But the peas aren't purple, and it's just the flowers. And then I'm not going to eat this right here because I just dusted DE. But that's about the size that I like. Oh, maybe I'll let them get a little bigger than that. But there's so many flowers. You can't quite see it through the camera as well as I can. And then this is the parsley that I grew over here. Now, The parsley in the pots looks more like this one. And I show this in every tour, but just in case this is the only tour of mine you've ever seen, I'm going to show you it again. It's supposed to be triple curled parsley, and that one looks like it. The rest of them don't. And this yarrow, now, when I planted it, weeks went by. It didn't look like anything changed. And then all of a sudden it exploded to this size. Like I was away for a week, I came back, they're this big. But since then, I've been back for like 2, maybe 3 weeks. I haven't noticed much of a difference. These are my slug traps around my spinach because I've been noticing slugs around my spinach. I'm sure every single gardener on the earth has thought this. Next year, I'm going to plant more spinach because 6 plants, 7 plants of spinach, that's not enough. Not enough. And who weed whacks at 8 in the evening? That's what I want to know. Crazy neighbors weed whacking at 8 at night. Okay. Happy to announce the potatoes are no longer in my front garden bed. Other weeds are though. A little weed right there, don't know what it is. I like to hope that's a flower, so I'm gonna leave it, but I don't know. It's with my yarrow. And I got a sunflower over here. I hope this is the Lemon Queen sunflower I bought from Sandy Seeds, because if it is, it's supposed to be a multi-head sunflower plant, where it's not just one bloom per stalk. Look at this, guys. I cut a couple of roses for myself on Mother's Day off of this bush, and it just keeps giving me more and more. There's so many blooms on it, so many buds. It's so pretty. Okay, over here we've got some more yarrow. And I've actually sown some more sunflower seeds and zinnia seeds. I think, actually no, just sunflower seeds. That's what this like roughed up patch looks like. That's what that's from. This rose bush is not giving me as many buds as that one is. This aster looks the best out of all of them. Some more yarrow and another sunflower. And I planted some more sunflower seeds here yesterday. These are the violet asters. Now that one's not doing that great, but this one looks okay. And the yarrow in the front is doing the best. I'm excited. We've got some buds actually. I'm not sure you'll be able to see that very well. Yeah. Oh, almost. Doesn't want to focus on it. Anyway, doesn't want to focus on it. Another sunflower. Some more asters. And this yarrow and this yarrow are in competition with each other to see who's going to get bigger. So, we'll see. I don't think there's... Oh, there's buds on that one too. And these are zinnias. I'm excited about those. Those are so pretty. Here, more sunflowers are going to grow, hopefully. And let's take a look at these. I know I didn't show you guys these last time. But, let's see. I don't pay as much attention to these. I probably should. The tulips that bloomed are now all dead. And I left them there because of they'll come back if you leave them. Oh, look at that. That's a zinnia, I'm pretty sure. Let's hope. I thought maybe these were gonna bloom too, but they're starting to get kind of crusty, so maybe not. Scan the yard for snakes before I walk much further. Doesn't look like anything's growing over here. Oh, wait. Look at that. weeds and zinnias. I'll have to come through here and weed. I'm not gonna do it right now because I'm losing light. Okay. Last but not least, I have the last of my plants that need to be planted into the garden to show you guys. My peppers, a few tomatoes, and a few herbs. I haven't decided exactly where I'm gonna put the herbs, but I've got more of an idea. I might change my mind before I actually do it. Hello, Teddy. All right, we are losing light. You can't tell so much from the camera, but we are. It's getting dark. All right. Started to curl a little bit. So first of all, if you haven't seen my previous videos where I've shown you my peppers, I learned that pruning peppers is a thing, but I think I pruned them a little bit too harshly. I think you want to leave at least 4 leaves on there, and I honestly don't even remember if I did that. I've noticed that all the new growth on the pepper plants is great, but all the leaves that were on there when I pruned, the ones that I left, those have all turned yellow or curled, like that first one I just showed you. So, yeah, I'm hoping they pull through. A few of them look really good. Let me show you closer. So I've fertilized them twice so far. Like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I gave them some fish emulsion mixed with water, diluted pretty heavily with water, and that helped the leaves get pretty, like, darker green. But I think they're just tired of being in these pots. Let's see. Let's pick a big one here, and let's just see if they're pretty root bound. Oh, you know, actually, they're really not that bad. Okay, that makes me feel better. I'm gonna have to wash my hands because of fish emulsion. Fertilizer is disgusting. Okay. This is my mint. I was just giving it a little bit of time out in the sun. And I did this a couple of weeks ago where I actually just left it out for too long after it had been inside for a while. And just like your plants that are going to go in the garden, your house plants can't handle like the sun right away in full force. So I want it to get a little fuller though. These were in the clearance section at Lowe's or Walmart actually. Better Homes and Garden, they're purple verbena. I actually learned from another YouTuber that these are a really pretty thing to have in your garden. They kind of grow lower to the ground. I think they can get like up to 6 inches tall, but I am pretty sure they spread. And if they aren't perennials, I think they reseed themselves enough, at least. I need to do more research on them. If anybody knows anything about purple verbena, leave it in the comments below and we could all learn more together. I'm excited about it. It was a lot more scraggly looking before. I pulled off all of the bad looking leaves. And when I was doing that, I realized that they had some buds on them. So I've got this cluster of buds, this cluster, and this cluster on this plant. And over here, I only noticed this one. Doesn't want to focus today. Anyway, that is that. Teddy's ready for bed. Oh, you can see the moon. Oh, almost forgot these guys. These, I forget which is which. I have 2 Cherokee purples and then an extra one. I think that's what it is. And then my hyssop and my chamomile. And I think I'm either gonna put them in there, either one of them in there or both, or in the garden over here where the peas are. I'm thinking I want things in this garden bed that don't really require a whole lot of tending and will be pretty, be kind of like a tea garden. I think that's what I want to be there. I'm not gonna plant peas or spinach there, especially not peas. That's a really bad spot for them. I don't really like that those are there. They're hard to trellis, and I don't like not being able to see all the way around the plant. So keep that in mind if you're gonna be growing snow peas. It's nice to be able to get all the way around the plants. Anyways, that is my garden as of May 16th. I will have, oh man, this is actually going to be my last garden tour of May. So I think I got 3 garden tours in May all done. Yeah, the next garden tour will be in June. That's so exciting. Everything's going to be different. And maybe that tomato that we saw earlier, maybe that will be big enough to harvest by then. It's so nice to walk through the garden and see the pretty sunset as I do. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of therapy in the garden with me. If you want to be kept in the loop with all of my garden adventures, then hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and you will be notified whenever I post something new. I'm going to try my best to get videos posted on Mondays and Fridays and stay consistent with that. With that, if you need a friend to learn how to garden with, I'm your girl. Happy gardening. Almost forgot to show you guys the garlic. So this is actually 2 braids here. This was the first one. And it's got 7 cloves, or 7, bulbs of garlic. And then this was the second try, a little looser, but longer, goes all the way up. And then this one was the 3rd try. That one's the best looking one so far. And I learned that if you know how to do a fishtail braid, it's more like doing a fishtail braid than a regular braid. I'm actually gonna post a video about it soon because I have the rest of the garlic that I harvested left to braid. I'll make a video of me doing it then. But there you have it. Walmart garlic experiment was a success.